In my opinion, the first Halloween movie is a masterpiece, unlike some of the sequels that followed. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Halloween is a horror movie written and directed by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill in 1978 for the low budget of $350,000. It begins in Haddonfield, Illinois on Halloween night as 6-year-old Michael Myers murders his sister Judith, which incites his incarceration in Smiths Grove Sanitarium under the care of Dr. Sam Loomis. Fast forward 15 years and Myers escapes captivity, going back to his hometown to stalk Laurie Strode and kill anyone who gets in his way. Meanwhile, Dr. Loomis teams up with Haddonfield's sheriff Lee Brackett to stop Michael Myers on Halloween night. This relatively simple concept would eventually grow to revolutionize the horror genre due to Carpenter's direction. The use of cold blue lighting, tracking shots, and iconic score, paired alongside the phenomenal acting by Donald Pleasence and Jamie Lee Curtis, elevates Halloween from being a generic slasher movie into one of, if not the best.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
Amazing, right? Halloween can also be credited as starting most slasher cliches these days, like having an unstoppable killer that cannot be killed, which at the time was new, but now can be seen in movies such as Friday the 13th and A Nightmare on Elm Street. What makes Michael Myers, or the Shape as he is referred to in the script, scary is the foreboding presence that he brings to Haddonfield as he stalks his prey like a predator in the daylight, slowly getting closer, but only killing at night, along with the ambiguity surrounding whether he is human or supernatural, adds to the feeling of fear, paranoia, and mystery, keeping his true motives unknown and giving him the presence of an unstoppable force that cannot be bargained or reasoned with no matter what. Although iconic, watching it now, the kills in this movie feel rather tame and simple compared to horror movies these days, and some of the acting from supporting characters like Laurie's friend Annie haven't aged well and come across as unbelievable and flat. The ending of this movie feels like an episode of The Twilight Zone, showing that Myers, who was just shot 6 times off of a balcony, has simply gotten up and walked away, leaving his whereabouts unknown to the audience and the characters, highlighting that you cannot kill the boogeyman.
You can't kill the boogeyman.
Overall, this movie succeeds because of its iconic and terrifying villain, alongside well thought out and relatable characters for the audience to root for, while utilizing great cinematography and lighting thanks to Dean Cundey and John Carpenter, giving this movie a perfect 10 out of 10 in my eyes. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Next week, I'll be releasing my Friday the 13th Part 1 review.